What's up, guys? I am going to be doing my food prep for the week. So I just kind of figured I'd show you how I do it. Seems like a pretty simple thing to me now, probably because I've had an awful lot of practice doing it now. But not everybody really knows how to do it, so yeah, here we go. Okay, so first big thing is cleaning up your kitchen. Seriously, it's gonna make your life a hell of a lot better. So yeah, I'm gonna clean this place up. I'm currently living with my parents while I'm looking for a house, so this is not just my mess, I promise you. Okay, it's time to clean this mess, so here we go.
Just take it from me, I'm just as free as any daughter. I do what I like, just what I like, and how I love it. I'm right here to stay when I'm old and gray. I'll be right in my prime.
Okay, so now that I can breathe because the kitchen is clean, I like to start with stuff that kind of takes a while to cook. So I will put together my white rice, and I'll start preparing my my sweet potatoes, because those can just, you know, sit for however long in the microwave or in the oven, because that allows me time to not have to worry about that, and I can start preparing like my chicken and my steak and all that other kind of stuff. So I've kind of already done that. My white rice is done, as you can see, and then I went ahead and I set my oven. It's all nice and hot and ready, so I'm going to start chopping up my sweet potatoes and get those ready to bake.
As any daughter, I do what I like, just what I like, and how I love it. I'm right here to stay when I'm old and gray.
Coffee break. Speaking of Java, when I need a good pick-me-up, I like to add some sugar-free Coffee Mate to my Java. And then I found these freaking awesome little Folgers flavors things. Oh, good. And then I have to show you this other really awesome thing that I have. Okay, so I have a whole bunch of different flavors of this, but this is the Now brand. It's just like flavored stevia. Oh my god, it's so good. You can buy this. It's like a liquid sweetener. Ugh. Anyway, you can buy this at any like health food store. It's just the Now brand. I don't know if you can see that. Put it in your coffee! Now I've got my white rice is done. I just prepared all of my sweet potatoes, so I'm gonna get those all seasoned up and in the oven, and then I'm gonna start working on my meats. Anyway, so yeah, let's do this. Okay, so my GoPro died. So I went ahead and just ate one of my meals while I was waiting for it to charge. So anyway, my little sweet potato fries are finally done. I'll pull those out of the oven. Looking so good. Okay, so I'm going to let these cool, and then I've got a few more in my bowl here that I'm going to bake. And now it's time for meat preparation. The first thing I like to do before I start working with any kind of raw meat is wash my hands. Very important.
Things that bother you never bother me. I feel happy and fine. Ha-ha! Living in the sunlight, loving in the moonlight, having a wonderful time.
Okay, now that we have nice clean hands, the next thing I do is with my chicken, I will set it down on my carving board and I will try and carve off as much of the fat as I can as possible. So let's get to it.
Having got a lot, I don't need a lot. Coffee's only a dime. Living in the sunlight, loving in the moonlight, having a wonderful time. Just take it from me, I'm just as free as any daughter. I do what I like, just what I like, and how I love it.
Okay, so to recap, I have my sweet potatoes, which are done. I still have a few more that are in the oven at the moment. I've got my white rice that's done. I just trimmed and diced all of my chicken. So it's seasoned. I'm gonna throw it in my little skillet over here. And while that's going, I'm gonna start portioning out my white rice and my sweet potatoes. Just kind of trying to multitask and be a woman, you know, because we all know I'm really good at being a woman. Oh my gosh, look at that. So, chicken has been sauteing in my little thing here. I've portioned out one of my other days of chicken. Remember, multitasking here. And then I've also got my ground beef sitting on the stove. That is heating up. And so now I'm going to start working on my sweet potatoes because things happened and cooking took place and I only got my white rice done. So anyway, steak is sitting out looking juicy and beautiful. Coming to room temperature. So anyway, let's get back to work. I put pretty much everything in baggies unless I'm going to be taking it to work. My diet during my work days is different than my diet during the rest of the week because on the days that I work I don't train. So my nutrition is going to be just a little bit different. So because I'm at work, I like to put things like in Tupperware and stuff like that. Everything else is going to go into little baggies. So I've already portioned out my rice and now I'm going to portion out my ground beef. So I'm going to show you how I do that. Okay, so the way that I do this is I always portion out my meats and things like sweet potatoes using a scale. It's really important to make sure that you have the correct amount of meat or really any other food because it can completely change your macros for the day. So what I do is I just take a little Tupperware container and I'll stick it on my scale, turn it on. It's usually zeroed out by then, and then I will take my little measuring cup here and start measuring it out. So I'm looking for 3 ounces. There we go, 3 ounces. So then that's done. So I'll just take my little baggie that already has my pre-portioned rice in it and stick that in there carefully because this shit's all willy-nilly. Okay, and then when I stick that back on there, it should zero out again, as you can see. And then I'll start all over again. So let's do this.
I don't worry, worrying don't agree. Things that bother you never bother me. Things that bother you never bother me. I feel happy and fine, ha-ha. Living in the sunlight, loving in the moonlight, having a wonderful time.
this point I have quite a bit of ground beef left over, so what I'm going to do is I already know it's supposed to be portioned out into 3-ounce portions. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to portion it out, stick it in baggies, and then stick it in the freezer, because that's a whole nother week that I have ready. I can just take it out of the freezer, stick it in the fridge the night before, and it's ready to go for the next day. So really cuts down on groceries. Okay, so with the exception of my steak and a few things that I will prepare at home, like my pre-workout meal and the meal that I eat right before I go to bed, this is basically it. This is what the finished product pretty much looks like. So it's a good feeling when you can get everything prepared and don't have to worry about it. You can just grab everything from the fridge and go about your day. Okay guys, so let's recap. So you want to make sure your kitchen is nice and clean, because that just makes your life a whole lot easier. You want to try and multitask. So you want to get all of your baking stuff in the oven, and while that's baking you can be preparing something else, like cutting up chicken or cutting up your veggies, sauteing your steak, you know, whatever you have to do. Just multitask as best you can. And then when you're all done, what I do is I get everything together and I portion it all out right then and there, and I put it in little baggies and I put it out on the table all the days ready to go, so that I can look at it and bask in its glory and feel accomplished about something. It's great. So yeah. Anyway guys, I hope that was helpful. I don't know how to do this YouTube thing, so I guess I'm supposed to say something like, if you have questions, post it in the comments below. What else did YouTubers say? Subscribe? I guess? Subscribe? Yeah. Yeah. I had an outfit change, as you can see. I don't know how to end this. So, I guess that's that.